Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are watching this video, then congratulations for being shortlisted for the semi-final interview of Mandela Washington Fellowship program. I am super proud of you and I'm so grateful that you have made it. I cannot wait to hear the final news that I got through it. That is why in this video I'm going to be sharing with you all that you need to know in order to prepare, to feel confident, to feel ready, and to go and smash that interview. So if you want to know more about this, I encourage you to stay and watch this video through to the end. Hey there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita Siao. If you're new here, I am an educator, a public speaker, and the author of You're Unstoppable. I am also currently a teacher in the UK. So if you're new to my channel, I welcome you to please stay. There is a lot that we learn and share on this channel. A lot about living and working abroad, a lot about teaching in the UK, a lot about humanitarian work, because I am also the founder of Feminine South Africa, a non-profit organization that is focused on empowering young women and girls. The semi-final interview is usually conducted by the US Embassy officials and local leaders in your country. It will be conducted at the US Embassy in your home country. The format might vary a little bit depending on your country. So I'm going to share with you what I have been through, and I hope that this helps you as you prepare for your interview. The panel is going to be about 3 to 4 people. You will sit in front of them and answer questions. So the first thing I want you to know is this. Look in the face of the person who is asking you the question. After the question is asked, thank the person, then answer the person looking at their face, then looking at the other person's face, looking at this person's face. So you are distributing what you are saying to them and making facial contact. That's the very first thing that I want you to remember to do that consistently. Let's look at some of the questions that could be asked. Even though questions may vary, they might fall within these areas. So remember to practice, ask yourself these questions, and try to provide honest and genuine answers and responses to these questions as you prepare for the interview. The first question might be, tell us about yourself and your leadership journey. This is the opportunity for you to flow. This is the opportunity for you to let them know all that you have done as a leader. Remember to share very compelling narratives about your background, your motivation, what motivates you as a leader, and most importantly, your accomplishments as well, because that is very, very important. The next question is, can you tell us a time where you faced a very difficult challenge as a leader and how did you manage that challenge? They could twist this question in different ways, but if you realize they're asking the same question, you must answer this question using the STAR method. I mean, situation, task, action, and result. These are the 4 things you should focus on sharing your experience. Remember to use storytelling in these 4 ways: situation, task, action taken, and the result that you saw in tackling that challenge. This is what they want to see. They want to know you more. They want to know your skills, your ability, and how you are able to use this in solving problems. Another question might be around impact and community engagement. This question could be framed like, how has your work impacted your community and how do you measure the impact made in your community? So in answering this question, you have to be very precise in mentioning numbers, in mentioning impacts made, change that you have seen, change that you have made through your projects in your communities. Remember to mention numbers. You need the numbers to show them that this is what you have done. Examples could be like increase to access to higher education, improvement in healthcare, and probably economic growth. Mention these, but mention numbers as well, because the figures and the numbers helps a lot. Another question would be around, what do you want to gain from the Mandela Washington Fellowship program, and how is that going to help improve your work in the future, or your goals or your dreams in the future? So in answering this one, be very specific about what you want to benefit from the fellowship. You remember listing these things in your application. So I would advise you always go back and read through your application and look in there to use those information in crafting your responses to those interview questions. They are going to be referring to your application. They'll be looking on your formats. You give them answers. So if you are telling them something that is not on there, they'll wonder, what's going on here? But also be prepared for follow-up questions, because as you answer the questions, they might ask follow-up questions which are not stated on your application already. So be ready with all that information to provide them. When you go for such an interview, you're just going to be sitting there with your head, your hands, your heart only, and your mouth to speak. All right? Nothing more, no sheets, nothing. So you have to really keep those things in mind. And if this is something you have done, I don't think there should be a problem retelling someone what you have already done, because this is who you are. Another question they would ask you is, how do you plan to apply all that you are going to learn in the fellowship back home in your work when you return? This is where you have to give them the gist of your excitement, and when you return, the impact you want to make in your organization. For example, when I went for the interview, when I was asked this question, I told them when I return, I'm going to train all my team members with what I have learned from the fellowship. I was going to expand my work into supporting abused women and girls. So be very, very specific and let them see reason why they should give you that chance and not someone else. Because if you're going to mention just general things, all right, where you're not going to tell them the greater picture and the bigger impact you are going to make on your return, then I don't see why they'll select you. So I'm encouraging you, be precise. Let them know the value that they are going to get from giving you the opportunity and not someone else. Remember to show or demonstrate to them your long-term vision. Emphasize on your commitment to returning to your home country and continuing your project and making more impact. Okay? Because they want to know that people who are coming there for this program, as part of the program, you're mandated to come back to your home country to make impact. So, emphasize this point to them. Now that we know the questions that they might be asking you, let's see how to get ourselves ready and prepared for the interview. The first thing I would always advise you to do is to do more research. Read a lot more. Go on the Mandela Washington Fellowship program, read about the website, read about the schools that host the fellowship, watch some of the videos of the fellowship and their experiences that they've shared, learn a lot. Get to understand the core values, the core of the Mandela Washington Fellowship program. What do they want from you? What are they expecting of you as a fellow in a university? And if you have applied for the PDE to do the internship as well, do a little bit of research around the areas which you've listed on your application that you want to do your internship in. Do a little more research about that to get to know a lot more about it, so that when you are sat there and they ask any questions, you know exactly what you are saying. The second thing you need to do is to reflect on your story. When I mean reflect on your story, I'm saying reflect on the application form that you have submitted. And also your personal life, your milestones, your achievements, your successes, the change you have made, the impact you've made that you feel are very, very key and very important, which you want to tell them. Reflect on these things, have them in your mind and have them at hand, so that you can use these in answering the questions, because I believe in highlighting these challenges you've encountered and how you battle them, the milestones you've won, the achievements and everything else. They would get to know you holistically, and they'll get to see the difference and what sets you apart from other people. Next, I want you to know your metrics. I mean, know the numbers you have mentioned in your application. Know the impacts you have made in numbers. Know them off head. Know them off head, so that if you are saying we've supported 150 young women, you are mentioning 150. If you have supported 1,000, if you have supported 6,000, if you have supported 10,000 beneficiaries, mention these numbers. Let these numbers be at your fingertips so that you are not conflicting. Because as you have put this application to them, the numbers you have listed there is on there. So as they have your application in front of them, what you have to be saying must correlate, okay? What you are going to be mentioning should be exactly what they have on their sheet, not something else. So make sure you have your metrics, your numbers at hand and in your mind, and you can easily mention these numbers, and it's the same thing and exactly what is on the application form you have submitted. Next thing to do is to practice the questions that you may be asked. Practice these questions in front of a mirror. Pretend you are sitting in front of the panel and pretend to practice. The person is asking you a question, you look directly in their face. After the question is asked and you are about to answer, you thank them, and then look at the person's face and answer the question, and then look at the other person and share, look at the other person and share, go into that person, come back again, back and forth in that way. So you're not just sitting there. Don't look in the air as answering them question, or look down as answering question. You should always have facial contact, okay? Have direct contact with them. And if someone else is asking you a question, turn and look at them and receive the question, and then look at the person and answer the question, and then look at this person and answer, and then look at the other person. In that way, feel confident. Sit up, be confident, okay? Practice this in front of a mirror. You can also practice with a friend and ask for feedback so that they guide you and maybe point you to what you could do better. And I believe that these preparations will all come together to make a good outcome. Finally, stay updated on current issues. Know the current issues happening in your home country. Know the current issues happening around your field, the program you have applied for, if it is business management, civic leadership, or whatever. Know the present issues that are currently happening, because you may not know. Such a question may come up, or as you are answering questions, there might be a follow-up question that might touch on something in that area. So be updated, be informed about things that are current issues currently happening. Read briefly about them. Just have them in mind, just in case a question may come in that area. Now, let me take you to appearance. Appearance is very key. First impressions always matter. That's why I am dressed for the occasion today, guys, because I want you to know how I want you to appear. All right. You need to appear official. Dress official. Women, something official, something cute, something beautiful. Men, your suits wouldn't be a bad idea. Dress officially. No casuals, please. Dress official. I cannot stress this enough, because your appearance actually also boosts your personal confidence, and then, you know, it makes them see, oh, this is someone who is really ready for this. He didn't just wake up and throw a t-shirt on himself and in a flip-flops or something. He really put in work for this appearance. So guys, make sure appearance is very important. Wear formal wear or business casual wears, and that is perfect for the occasion. Make sure you are dressed neat and nice and culturally appropriate, and that is all you need. Now let's talk about body language. Your body language matters as well in every single interview, guys. Sit up, show that projection of confidence, all right? And have that, you know, interaction with your face, looking at them with that smile, with that boldness. Where the serious face must come, show that serious face. Where that smile must come, show that smile. When you're passionate about what you're talking about, like I am right now, guys, the fire that burns in you is endless, okay? Project your voice, yeah? If you're talking about something, do not talk lightly or shy. You know, there are ways that you project your voice and you feel like, yes, this is a very confident person. Project your voice, project your tone. When you're talking about something that is sad, you know how to voice that out sadly. When you're talking about something that is passionate, something exciting, you know how to make it sound exciting. So know how to modulate your voice, and I believe it's going to go a long way to help you as well. Make sure you speak clearly and at a very moderate and regulated pace, not going too fast that they do not understand what you're saying, and not going too slow that you are too slow that it takes too long. Okay, just right, not too fast, not too slow, just right. Be in that state where you are projecting confidence with your voice, confidence with your posture. You're sitting up straight, okay, and then talking to them. Yeah, I know that it is intimidating looking at people and then they asking you questions. It could be very intimidating, but that is if you let it. See the people as normal people, just like yourself. That's what I do. When I go into an interview, I look at them as they're human beings just like me. And I know the value of what I am looking for. It means a lot to me. So I do not want to do anything that would make me lose it. So I will look in their eyes. Even if I'm shy, even if I'm scared, even if I'm worried, I will look in their eyes. And remember to use your manners all the time. Anytime they ask a question, thank them for it. If you do not understand a question, pardon me, or ask for the question again, okay? Feel free to ask them to repeat the question if you do not understand the question that is being asked. And guys, I believe you're going to go through it. The people who will be interviewing you might have accents that may be something you will need to ask them to repeat themselves. So use your manners in asking that gently and beautifully and answer your questions, and you are good to go. Now, let me share my secret with you, how I prepare for interviews. If I am going for an interview, first, I use affirmations to pump myself up. I mean, reminding myself who I am. I am confident. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am passionate about what I am doing. I know my stuff. And I am going to go in there as a champion in my field and come out as a champion. So give yourself affirmations, okay? Affirm yourself, what you know, what you've been doing. You know you have applied for this thing, not because you are a fake person, but you've applied for it because you know who you are. You know the value you've pumped out into the world, into people's lives, and you just want to go and sit there passionately and communicate this. Imagine when I am talking about my NGO, Feminist Africa, guys, I can go on and on and on, and I'm super passionate about that. And I am not going to let anything stop me. So give yourself affirmations, how you are, who you are, what you've been doing, how good you are at your stuff, and remind yourself of this all the time. The next thing is do some breathing exercise as you are waiting along the way to be called in. Do some breathing exercise, breathing in and out, and in your mind, reminding yourself who you are and the fact that the people you are going to be sitting in front are just human beings like you, and they just want to know you better and know who you are and what you do, and who is best to tell them what you do and who you are than yourself. Yeah? So do some breathing exercise if you need to help you calm down and calm those nerves. I know it could be nerve-wracking sometimes. Another thing I do is to treat every interview as a conversation. Formal conversation. I'm having a formal conversation with you respectfully. I am having a dialogue with you, sharing who I am with you, sharing what I do with you. So I am going to do that passionately and confidently without any fear. So see this as a dialogue between you and the panelists that you are going to be facing and talking to. With that, you do not entertain fear when you see it as a conversation. But when you see it as, should I say, like somebody scrutinizing you, that's when there is the fear. So see it as a conversation. That's what I do. The most important part I will share with you when I'm going for an interview is maintaining authenticity. I always do my very best to project my authentic self. This is me. This is who I am. This is what I do. I do it passionately. I love it. I would do that if I have £1 million. This is what I would do if I have £1 million. This is what I'll do all the time. Okay? Go out there speaking, encouraging young women, sponsoring girls to have access to education, supporting young women to live their dreams, helping them learn trades, open businesses. You know, this is what I will do passionately. So when I go into an interview about anything around this, I will speak passionately. And even as a teacher, I love teaching. This is my passion. I want to see great change in the lives of children. So if I am going for an interview, I'm going to speak to the person, sharing my passion, sharing my authentic self, not pretending to be something that I am not. I can do that. I do not know how to pretend to be something that I am not. So be your authentic self as you go for that interview. And I believe, and I am very sure, it is your authenticity they will look at. And that is what will set you apart from somebody else. So guys, I think I'll end it here, even though there is a lot more to say. But I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to end it here. I can only wish you the very best and encourage you to always remember to have a dialogue, a conversation with the panelists. Don't see it as they are scrutinizing you. See it as a conversation. Remember to be your authentic self. Ask questions where you have to. Listen attentively, because the people may have accents that you may not understand if you do not listen. Listen attentively and ask questions where they need be. And this is where I'll bring my video to an end. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I wish you the very best of luck. Go there and smash it. And I want to hear in the comment section, how do you find this video? Do you find it useful? Do you find it helpful? And if you have finished and you are successful, guys, please come back here and leave a comment. Tell me how it went. Let me know that you have been successful, and I will rejoice with you. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.